favorite suits. This is a ranking. Now, I know this is gonna be weird and this is gonna be stupid, but I've been seeing videos about people doing this, and I was just like, okay, I want to give this a shot. Even though I'm a small channel, I want some of that attention, and not gonna lie, yes, YouTubers want some attention. That's not debatable. That's a fact. Alright, so what we're gonna start with is the fact that this is like, you do all of the missions and all for all the hard work, and it's like a troll skin basically. What I like about it is it does hide Peter's identity, yet it's just a troll. No one wants to see Spider-Man in his undies, to be honest. But one thing I do like are the little bulges, and I know that sounds weird, and don't take that out of context, please. And if you do notice, there's one point where Peter says, I don't want people looking at my 3 chest hairs, and they do include that in the skin. They add 3 chest hairs, which is kind of embarrassing. Now, this is just such a troll skin, you know? It's like, I don't know, there's something about it, right? All the hard work for this skin. Excuse me. Anyways, yeah, that's sad. Let's move on. Alright, everybody. Another thing that I want to talk about. Now, this might be very debatable, but you already know that this skin, it's so off-settling. That's why I put this in number 31. It's so much detail, like the skull, like I like the way it looks broken, and it's so detailed, like you're gonna scare away the little children, right? And the detail of the back and the back spider, I'm just not on that train, you know? I don't really like that. This recording is some gameplay, I guess, of it, what it looks like in action. It's, as you can see, it's very, I don't know, like, it's like Ghost Rider, and this is one of the many suits used in some of the comics. It was Ghost Spider, but I like how they named it Spirit Spider. It rolls off the tongue better, and it's great if you want to roleplay in it. I mean, if you want to scare the citizens, then go ahead, be my guest. Now, here we go. Moving on to the ripped SpiderMan's Classic suit. Now, this is just, I don't know, it's something about it. Like, okay, maybe if they included a little bit more detail, like damaged mask, like some cracked lenses, like they had in the bad movies and all. And like, I don't know, they just need, I don't know, man, it's just crazy. Like, I see what they're going with, but I would prefer a more damaged Classic suit. I just don't really like it, to be honest. It's kind of crazy. Moving on to Fear itself. Now, I never read the comics, but something that is very interesting is the gloves or whatever, it resembles Thor's, the thing that used metal, that formed Thor's hammer or whatever. And as you can see, those little markings on the little glove thing on the gauntlet kind of looks like the Infinity Gauntlet markings. But one thing, this suit looks horrendous in the daylight. It looks better at nighttime. That's the only time I'd probably wear it if I want to look scary. Now, moving on to the Raimi game Spider-Man skin. Now this, oh my god, it's not that it's ugly, and I don't take this personally, right? It's not that I don't like the suits, but it's just my ranking, right? Now the metal, it's called the webbed suit, and the old Spider-Man developers from 2000s and the movie, this is inspired by them. This was in one of the other updates of the game after it was released, and I don't know, it's something about it. Now they did add the little super jump. Now if you want to go back to the classics, then use this super jump, and yeah, you can use it in the skill tree when you unlock it. But I just don't like the spider on the back, and it's inspired by one of the worst movies ever, with Tobey Maguire as Peter Parker. But that's basically not really the main reason, but it kind of is. So yeah, let's move on. Up next is the bombastic Fantastic Four Spider-Man suit. Now, I like how they did this. I would much rather prefer the Fantastic Four Spider-Man, you know, without the bag, but it's kind of cool in a way, to be honest. I kind of like it. But I like the little circle things and all, and I'm not reading all of this off a script. I was going to write one, but I didn't. But yeah, this is all one big recording. Anyways, yeah, we're moving on to the Electro insulated Spider-Man suit. Now, the eyes are way too wide, right? And I do like the little metal or the iron things on the shoulders and sides of the head to let you know it's good. And it's also really good when it's used in the Electro fight and the Vulture battle, almost in the end. Get along with the electric webs, you know. But other than that, it's just the eyes are way too big, and I do kind of like the red puffiness, and I don't know, its head is kind of weirdly shaped. Anyways, we're moving on to the what is this? The Spider-Man Mark II suit. Now this, I like the way the sun reflects off the yellow and all, and as you can see, I just like the way the suit is designed, right? Look at the shoulder pads. It's like some kind of karate kind of thing, you know? I don't know how to describe it. It's like some kind of fabric mixed with some armor, I guess. And I know I called it the Mortal Kombat 11 or the Mortal Kombat 2 thing, and I know I'm probably triggered some people. People didn't get as mad at me for that, and I really like that. That's how supportive you guys are. I want to thank you guys. Up next is a Punk Spider-Man skin. Now, I do not like this because the metal, like, Peter Parker could have cut holes and put his hair actually poking out, but those little things, I like how they have the Avengers and maybe the Cowboys thing, and I do like the skull thing, and he's representing England and all that. But the eyes are kind of too separated. It looks kind of buggy to me. And the jacket, right? There's this spider symbol. I don't know what that means, to be honest. Anyways, moving on to the wrestler Spider-Man suit. Yeah, this was used in one of the comic books. If you want to kind of be like the one in the movies, I guess, but that's not exactly like it. But it is like the ones in the comic books. If you like that, it does have the little homemade kind of vibes, And I like the way the mask looks like it's denim, kinda. And his hands, though, they're like monkey hands, bro. You know? And I just don't like that. It looks like his hands, they could have covered it up, you know? But unfortunately, that's not in wrestling. Moving on to the, what is that? The Antioxidant suit. That's the suit you unlock when you're fighting Dr. Otto Octavius in the end of the game. It's a boss fight. Now, there is a cutscene where you can see the advanced Spider-Man suit underneath it, and that's kind of cool, but it makes you think they didn't put that for development, I guess. I don't know what I'm saying, to be honest. But yeah. Now moving on to the Black Cat. I called it the Black Widow before in a stream. Once again, nobody said anything about it but me. So it's the Black Cat Spider-Man suit, I believe. I tried to get his hands open so you could see some cool features. I do like the red eyes, the red lenses, right, and the red spider and all, and the red kind of Black Widow. I know I said Black Widow, but the little hourglass kind of vibe. Once again, this is one of those suits they use. Looks like it uses iron or metal, some padding, and some fabric and armor, and I like that. I really do. Alright, moving on to the homemade Spider-Man suit. Now this is kind of cool because I like the wrists and all, and the goggles, by the way. Oh my god. And it's just really kind of unique. And I like the boots. It looks like he just knitted some socks. Oh god. Sorry, I almost I don't even get a bless you. Good god. One thing I like about is in the selfies you can adjust the emotes of his eyes and all, and that's kind of cool. Yeah. Moving on to the, I forgot what it's called, but it's like the little thug kind of thing. Once again, I like this because the mask is kind of cool and it goes good along with the clothing and the jeans and the shoes. I really like those. Those are really, really cool. I like that. Yeah. That's kind of cool. Next, we're moving on to the Velocity suit. Now, this looks kind of bad in the sunlight, but I do like the blue kind of thing. Now, the eyes. Oh my god. It's kind of bad. You know, like, it's not too bad, but it's bad. You know? Anyways, we're moving on to the Mark III suit, I believe. I do not know. I think this is it. Yeah, I like this because of the padding, the armor. Also the helmet. That is really unique. It's a weapon. It's a suit to roleplay with if you want to fly around in the sky and all. It looks really cool if you want to look like a robot, kind of. Moving on to the negative suit. Now, the eyes are too big. That's the main problem here. But when you look closely, it's not that. It's just negative, you know? It's the negative kind of thing, but I don't like it. Thanks for the pose, Spider-Man. I don't like it. Let's move on to the Scarlet Suit. Now, I do not know. I think this is from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I do not know. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have my permission. I do like the little bullet kind of things on the sides and all, and I like the shoulders and the arms, and this all sounds bad when I'm explaining the shoulders and arms and all, but if you really think about it, it's very cool. Yeah, it's good to swing in. The advanced suit, this is one they've been talking about in the beginning of the game, how White Spider, I think Otto Octavius made it for him. Yeah, and then it turned out he was a bad guy. So yeah, it kind of came in handy when he was wearing those two suits and all. Do not worry, guys, we are getting almost to the end. So let's move on. Thanks for that amazing pose, Spider-Man. I do like that. Moving on to the Secret War suit. Now this is kind of like Miles Morales' suit from Into the Spider-Verse, but not quite, because the blue would be red and all, right? And I like the back, like the blue. It's like a toy kind of, and the suit is very shiny. And I like the little red spiderweb type, Spider-Man thing. You get what I'm talking about. Now, the Spider-Man Homecoming, I guess you would say, the Homecoming Spider-Man suit. Yeah, it's cool. They did something very good. They made this 10 times. They did this amazingly better than the movie design, and I really like that. When I was streaming, I said, this is like you're playing in a movie, right? Like a Spider-Man movie in a game, and I really, really like that. It's cool. Moving on to the vintage comic book Spider-Man set. This is cool, but it's not vintage, It's just a comic book Spider-Man suit, and it comes with quips, but we're not gonna get into that. Maybe that's for a separate video. I'd say 5 likes and I'll do a quip video. I was going through the things to find the vintage, to do a comparison, and I saw the fisheye, and I messed around with that, Now the VHS caught my eye. That's like a Into the Spider-Verse type of thing. I found vintage, and I wanted to do a comparison. Now look at this. It looks better in vintage, to be honest. It's just the same. It's better in vintage. Yeah. Let's move on to. Now I do not have this suit. This is a Spider-Man 2099 white suit. This is a cool suit worn by I don't think it was worn by Peter Parker. It was worn by another dude, but I forgot his name. But yeah, let's move on. This is the Spider-Man 2099 set. Now, if you like the comics and you like the I like that suit, by the way. It's padding, all that fabric stuff. But if you're a fan of the comics and the game Spider-Man Edge of Time, this is the skin for you. You have to unlock it first, but it's the skin. It's pretty good if you want to roleplay in it as well. Next up is the Future Foundation. Now, I find the eyes to be very bug-like. I do not like them. They're very bulgy, I guess the word is. I don't know. I don't think I've used that word before, but yeah, that's kind of. I don't know. I just don't really like it. I like the design, but I just don't like the eyes. That's the main thing. Moving on to the Noir suit. Now, this was from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, 1930s Spider-Man, by the way. He's actually very cool. From the 1930s. I'm sorry. But I like the little goggles. He reminds me of Quicksilver. I like the stuff on the helmet. That however, really reminds me of the Tombstone one. And I like the gun. That's a good touch to it. Even though he doesn't use a gun, because he's a good superhero, as all superheroes are. And I like the little design, the spider design on the belt. I like the classic suit. It's very cool, unique. I love it. It's beautiful. Yeah, there's not much to say about it, except for you get it in the beginning of the game, and it's really, really, really cool, actually. It's good. It represents the comic book, the spectacular, the the spectacular Spider-Man, all that. The original Spider-Man. Next up is the Iron Spider from Avengers Infinity War, all the way to what Avengers Endgame, I think. And from Spider-Man Far From Home. It was seen in the trailer. Yeah. This is really cool. Next, I noticed this was in the newest update. This is the stealth suit from Far From Home, I'm sure. It's very much like the Noir suit, except I don't know. But I do like the straps and the kind of vest, kind of tight thing. I like the way the fingers peek out of the gloves. That's very cool. Next up is the upgraded suit. This is the upgraded suit version of the Spider-Man Homecoming suit. This wasn't Far From Home. Once again, a really cool skin. Now, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. If you're subscribed to the bell icon, get notified every time I upload any live streams. As always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Follow me on Instagram down in the description down below. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.